will be
This conference
we
will
will be
now be
discussing on the
recorded.
SAP CPI. Anybody is having about SAP or SAP BTP, SAP CPI? Hello, able to hear me? Anybody is having about the SAP BTP, SAP CPI, SAP? So if you no idea, then you can learn SAP CPI. So before SAP CPI, we can able to discuss what is SAP and SAP BTP. Okay. So if you think what is an SAP, SAP is nothing but a systems, applications, and products and real-time data processing. Okay, it's a German-based ERP software. How we are using other softwares? SAP also one of the ERP software. It's a German-based product. So it was founded on 1972. Okay, here this is integrated software. So generally, if you are having any manufacturing company, say, or if you have a college, if you take any industry, okay, there will be a multiple department operations. Okay, if you want to integrate, I mean, if you want to communicate from department to department, so there will be a if you go into manual, then it will be taking a lot of manual effort, and it will take time taking, and also it impact on the business cost. Okay, to avoid that, we are using the systems across the industries, and we are installing the applications. Here we are using the SAP application. SAP is providing the SAP ERP software, ECC, and currently modern ERP software is the S4HANA. So that is the software we have to we are using the SAP. So products. If you develop if you are having a manufacturing company, if you want to develop a product, generally we are using the SAP applications and delivering the business operations using the SAP software. Then so that we can able to track the our business operations and what are all the products we are going to deliver, and we can track the all the business operations by using the SAP ERP software. Okay, if you take any business industries, so there are such different departments are available. We are having finance. If you want to note the accounting, there is a finance department, and if you want to budget cost, there will be a finance controlling. Okay, and we are having, if you want to hire the employees for your manufacturing company, we are having HR department. If you want to sell that product, we are having SD department. If you want to procure the materials to produce the materials, I mean to produce the product, we are having material management. Similarly, if you want to store the product, we are having warehouse management, and also we are having advanced warehouse management, also extended warehouse management. So that is a smart warehouse management. And we are having production planning to produce the products, and also plant maintenance, transport management, logistics. There are different departments are available under SAP ERP software that is already automated. Okay, just what are all the business industries they are going to use, they can use SAP ERP software, and in real time they can do the business operations. Who will do the business operations? Business users. So they will use the SAP ERP software. So we are having, we can use this SAP ERP software across all the industries. Okay, we have, here I have mentioned some of the manufacturing and retail, banking, pharma. So you can use SAP ERP because it is integrated software. It's already developed software, well defined software, well structured software, well predefined business configuration scenario software. So now you are having a manufacturing company, you have purchased a SAP software. We need a couple of teams to install the SAP software. There is a basis team to install the SAP software. Before that, we need have a local data center. Our company, a manufacturing data center, correct? And that is on premise. So what we have to do? We have to purchase the server. We have to purchase the server and purchase the license of the SAP software, install the SAP software on the server, and provide the network, storage, and provide the that application to the access to the business users. So there are different teams involved as part of the your manufacturing business company. So this is the ERP software. It is so managing the, it is planning the resources, and what are all the resources to help the organizations manage the business process. So we are, it is integrated business as part of the integrating the all the departments across the business operations. And it is a multi-language support, not only one language. If you go into the any user interface layer of the SAP software, so there is a, you can select the language. So it supports multi-language supports, and also who are all the authorized permissions, they can able to log into SAP ERP software, so that they can able to enter the business data and can do the business operations according to the business requirements. So if you SAP connects all them, so if you look into the before SAP, okay, before SAP, so if, say for example you are having a manufacturing company, you are having different departments, but different departments having their own software or they're recording different registers. But it, if you take into the I mean business data, there will be a, if you think about that one, there is a duplicate data, duplication will be occurred, and data consistent inconsistent also, because of the different softwares or different departments containing the different registry. So there may be a duplication occurs, and data that causes data inconsistency. There is no exact data. It can't. It will be impact on the business loss, and also no real-time visibility across the departments. So all this data contains in different softwares and different databases. So if you want to apply any sales report, if you want to see, say you are a CEO of the manufacturing company, if you want to see the reports and dashboards, but you won't get the real-time visibility, because all the data is a part of the different databases. So SAP ERP, what they did, it is integrated software of the all the modules. They are using the only one database. So all departments data, it goes to the one single database. So immediately we can able to see the real time visibility. Okay, this is now modern S4 HANA. We can able to see the real time visibility, because S4 HANA is using the HANA database. HANA database is the very faster performance compared to the real comparative third party vendor database. So immediately we can able to see the if you use the SAP ERP software, SAP S4 HANA, so you can able to see immediate real time visibility, and you can able to see the reports and dashboards. Based on the reports and dashboards, you can able to, you can take the decisions, business decisions. So which product for this month, which product is more selling, the best seller products. If you see, look into the Amazon online portals, so you can able to see all these categories. And also if it is different database, obviously we should take decision will be slow, and also difficult to audit the auditing and compliance. So these are the main disadvantage of the before SAP ERP software. Then in 1972 they introduced SAP ERP, and they came up with the finance department. So if it is success, then they move to slowly, they have improved all the departments. Now they are having more than 2 plus 20 plus departments. So here SAP is solving it. It brings the all the departments into one integrated platform. So here is the with SAP. So if you take generally, if you take any online application, Amazon, Flipkart, or Zepto, so whenever we order any something, if you take generally you use the portals to access the product catalogs. Okay, if you order any something, then it goes to the immediately it goes to the with SAP this one. Okay, it goes to the sales order department, SD department. So immediately it creates an order. Generally without SAP, what they will do in your manufacturing company, salesperson, it should interact with the all the departments, but he is sharing the information is correct, Is it a duplicate? Is it, I mean, if you share the, if you take the information from the customer, so if you share the information to the other department, maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow, so there will be a impact on the business. So because of this real time data, so with SAP SD, immediately when customer enters into the manufacturing or any shop, they will create an order, immediately trigger to different departments, because it is a integrated software and also using the one database only. So immediately get the notification to the inventory department. Immediately it will be updated according to how much quantity they requested the customer. So once it is once it is paid, once it is paid to the finance department, the record will be maintained in finance department, and also invoice will be generated. According to that, there will be a delivered to the customer. So these things happening within the milliseconds, because of the integrated software with along with the integrated one database. So if you want to use the SAP ERP software, we are having 5 different types of projects here. So if you are, so you are using the new implementation. If you want to use SAP ERP software, the first implementation, so you have to select the implementation project. Okay, if you are a existing, I mean, running the business, but you still know till now you haven't used the SAP, but you want to implement the SAP software. Okay, you have to go to implementation project. Support is the, if you already existing customer of the SAP, then go for the support project. And migration, so if you are using the SAP legacy ERP software, now you are going to migrate to the SAP S/4HANA. So in that purpose, it is going to migration project. Now we are having PAPO and also CPI. CPI is the part of the cloud. PAPO is the on-premise integration tool. So there is a migration, upgrading of the S/4HANA, and also rollout of means, if you are having running the business in Hyderabad, if you want to develop a business across the different countries or different states, then you have to go for rollout projects. So these are the different types of project plans, and we are having all these SAP applications are one integrated technology platform is running on the SAP NetWeaver. So all these applications running on the SAP NetWeaver, this is a traditional technology platform. Now it is moved to cloud. Now we are calling it as SAP BTP. So all the SAP BTP is providing the different SAP services. So what are all the SAP BTP services providing on top of the hyperscaler cloud providers? We'll look into that. So SAP ERP is the legacy ERP software, SAP ECC. Now the modern ERP software is the S/4HANA. What they did in S/4HANA? So they have used the HANA database, that is in-memory database. So in-memory data means they are using the RAM instead of disk. Generally, in third-party vendor databases, they store the data in disk. So because of the data stored in disk, then it is taking more time to retrieve the data from the disk to RAM to user interface layer. So SAP understood this. I mean, if we increase the RAM, then automatically the performance of the device will be increased. So because of that reason, SAP HANA introduced the in-memory database, and also all the data will be stored in the RAM. So immediately we can able to see the manufacturer who are all taking the business decisions. They can able to see the real-time reports and dashboards, and also they have developed the modern UI like Fury and HTML UI5 applications. So based on that modern UI, we can able to develop, that is SAP related user interface layer. But in legacy API, legacy UI, there is a GUI, graphical user interface. For every business user, they must and need to install the graphical user interface. Okay, nowadays it is supports a modern UI. That means they can able to use the mobile application, web application through browsers and mobile devices. And also it is cloud support. So it is previously we are having a on-premise SAP ERP software. Now you are trying to move the cloud. Why we are going to move to cloud? So because of the cost effective. So we won't spare on the infrastructure part. So it will take huge impact on the cost. So in order to reduce the cost, we are going to move to cloud instead of on-premise. So if you want to expand the services, or if you want to expand the business, then instead of purchasing the servers and all, you can move to cloud, because already SAP provided the infrastructure. So infrastructure is provided by the cloud providers. So on top of that, SAP BTP is hosted on the cloud providers. So whatever the SAP is providing, we can able to use those services. If you start a manufacturing company, directly you can use the SAP BTP. You can access whatever the services you require as per your business requirement. And also, if you want to apply the artificial intelligence capabilities, we can apply using the SAP BTP services. And analytics. So analytics, it comes under like if you want to take the business decisions based on the analytics only. So if you want to generate the reports and dashboards, earlier we have a business objects and BIBW. Now we are having the SAP analytical cloud and data sphere. And we can automate the workflows as well. If any repeated tasks are available, then we can automate the as per the business process. If it is we are doing as part of repeatedly, so we will try to automate the business applications. So that means we have to create the workflows and all. So these are the SAP basic fundamentals. And if you look into the SAP history, we are having real-time one architecture. That means the presentation layer, database layer. There are three different types. There are three types of layers. One is presentation layer, who actually uses looking into the screens, the mobile application. If you take any device, what we are looking into that front end application, and then it process the backend layer. There is an application layer. So whatever the business logic we have to implement as part of the application, that we have to that is the part of the application layer. And there is a database layer, is the actual data it is going to store on the what user is entering into the screens, the business data, actual business data. So it is integrated into one architecture only, but then they have separated the presentation layer and the backend application layer, and the database layer is the separate. So because of they have used the mainframe computers here, and then slowly they move to all the across industries. You take every technology, so they move to client server architecture, real time 3 architecture. That means presentation layer is separate and application layer is separate. The processing actual business logic has been implemented, that logic will be separate layer, and database layer is the separate. And then later they have integrated the SAP applications, and they have deployed on the one integrated platform called a NetWeaver. So in 2004, this is the most reusable ERP product. 2004, they have introduced SAP ERP because it integrated all the departments. In 2010, then they have introduced with HANA. Before that, SAP, we are using the third-party vendor databases, Oracle, SQL Server, okay, DB2, Sybase. It depends on the company's premises. So according to requirement, then slowly SAP has introduced in 2010 HANA database. So it is very faster performance compared to the other vendor databases. And slowly they move to cloud, HCP, HANA Cloud Platform. And then slowly all the SAP applications are moved to cloud. So now today's is entire cloud world and also AI world. We need to apply the artificial AI capabilities to the cloud along with the applications, tools and services. Okay, this is the how it is evolving the from SAP. Okay. If you look into the any modules like SAP ERP software, if you any customer wants to purchase any product, so generally they will come to offshore market. Then, so once the customer enter into the offshore market, then he will interact with the salesperson. The salesperson, this is a order to cash. Okay, the salesperson, he will maintain the records of the customer, and that information it goes to the immediately inventory department. Which product is going to is inquiring, then quotation negation. There is a separate service for that one, Salesforce CRM, and we are having a customer experience. Okay, to maintain the customer information. And also once customer enter into the, so they will try to, they will request that specific product. So you are having a manufacturing company, so I am the customer, so I will come to your SD department. So the salesperson will talk to the different departments. So once he will get, I mean, data from the customer, immediately it got triggered to other departments. So immediately, as per the request, they will, business departments will do the according to the business operations. This is entirely automation. Whenever the customer enter into the sales order, so these are the couple of departments involved in as part of the order to cash. Whenever customer enter into the sales, then immediately inventory should be updated as part of the warehouse. So warehouse, it is maintaining the products. So there is a production planning to produce the product, and also plant maintenance to maintain the machinery details. So warehouse, and also before delivering the product, we are having quality management and shipping to the, there is a logistic department, post goods issue to the again SD, and they will generate the invoice according to the payment. So once payment is received, then that product will be delivered to the that respective customer. Apart from these departments, there are more than 20 plus departments are there. This is a SAP integrated software, and also integrated business standards scenarios. So generally SAP is providing the what are all the standard business scenarios that they will provide. But as per the your manufacturing equipment, maybe if it doesn't fit the standard requirement, we have to create our custom requirement according to our requirement, our manufacturing requirement. So if you want to create I mean, if you want to create our customer requirement, what we have to do? We have to create a rise of objects. So for each and every in SAP application, we have categorized. One is for workflow. Two, this is for business process automation. If you want to automate the workflows, request and approvals, and there is a reports to generate the reports and analytics of the comes under BABW, and we are having cloud, SAP Analytical Cloud. Now we are the focus of, we are need to focus on the interfaces part. So what is interfaces? Interface is nothing but a system to system communication. That means we can integrate the SAP application to the non-SAP, and SAP. Generally how we are communicating, we are using the go to meeting. So this is a middleware. So but if you want to communicate system to the person to person via go to meeting, this is the middleware. Similarly, system to system is communicating through CPI, whether it is SAP or non SAP. If you take, I mean, if you are from different part of the country, or I'm the different part of the country, or if you are, if you know the, I mean, different language, I know the different language, but CPI will be transforming the according to the business requirement. And also you are having from your I mean your premises country protocols, and also from the my own country premises protocols. So it is handling the all types of scenarios. So where it is cloud, if you now you are using the SAP on-premise software, so you are having a manufacturing company in your local premises, so install the SAP software. Now you are going to move to cloud, but you want to connect to the cloud because you want to use the some of the services in cloud. If you want to extend the some of the SAP related business operations, you can extend without touching the SAP S/4HANA. So there are different types of applications we can develop that SAP BTP will provide. So by using the CPI, this is the interface between the two systems. And system one will talk about the different language. They will send in different format, and system two will talk in different format. If they share JSON data, and the other system will XML. But CPI, it is transforming the data from JSON to XML or XML to JSON according to the business requirement. And how the protocols which we are using. If there is no translator, we can't communicate properly. If you use any tools and services, we are using communicating through these tools only. Even if you take access card, and I mean if you take debit card or credit card, on top of that there is a Visa and MasterCard. Those are also middleware only. So whatever the transaction is happening through bank, they are monitoring the transactions. Okay, if any fraud detection, then we are going to contact a Visa and MasterCard. Even if you go to bank also, they will contact with Visa and MasterCard. So these are all the system to system integration. One system can talk to another system, but if it is use CPI, what is the advantage? Directly can talk. But if system to system, say for example SAP is ERP is the software, but SAP is the business ERP software. So if SAP wants to talk to other systems, if the systems are increasing, the complexity will be increasing. Because of the complexity, they will, but and also the protocol and authentication. So because of the security reasons, and also if you want to log the and more centralized monitoring, we don't have any centralized monitoring, so we need to check either way. So if you use a centralized monitoring, so we can able to see the operations. Now Visa debit, I mean Visa MasterCard is doing that only. Similarly, exactly CPI also, it works as a translator. It is communicating the two systems, and also whatever the sender system is sending, it converting into receiver system as per it is expecting. The system, other system is expecting. And we are having different types of other objects, conversions, enhancements, and forms. So these are the part of the custom enhancement we have to do. Okay, these are the SAP cloud related products. So we are having on-premise product, and slowly all the SAP applications are moving to cloud. So for ERP, we are having S/4HANA cloud also. For integration, we are having integration suite. But in ERP, we are having PIPO system in on-premise. Okay, if you purchase ERP software, you will get a SAP PIPO software. And here we are having cloud SAP integration suite. And also analytics, we are having BIBW. Here SAP analytical cloud. HR, for HR department, we are having in S4 ERP. Here we are having success factors. Procurement, for this is for material management. And Ariba, we are having supply chain, IBP. And CRM for the customer experience. Finance, Concur. Similarly, we are having CPI. CPI is the cloud integration tool. So if you look into the what are all the departments involved as part of the manufacturing company. For material management, if you want to procure the materials from the supplier, so generally we are having material management. The production plan, if you want to produce the product, we are using the plant production. So we are planning the products for month of the delivery, and quality inspection for the before delivering to the product. Warehouse management, if you want to store the goods in warehouse, so here we are using the warehouse department to maintain the records. So there is a extended warehouse management as well. So this is smart related. So immediately the sensors will read the the barcode and all, and will identify the product of the that specific business operation. Okay, SD department, same, sell the products. This is the sales department. Sell the products, selling the finished goods to the customers, delivers billing. So the FICO, it is maintaining the financial transactions. So it is maintaining the general ledger. As part of general ledger, there is account payable, account receivable, and cost tracking. And also plant maintenance, if you want to maintain the machinery information, and also to maintain the maintenance of the machines. CPI is the integration tool to connect the SAP to non-SAP system, or SAP to SAP, or cloud to cloud, cloud to on-premise, on-premise to cloud. So this is one of the department HR to maintain the employee records. So SAP PIPO is the on-premise integration tool. We are already having cloud. We are calling it as CPI. In on-premise, we are calling it as SAP PIPO. Okay. Now PIPO is migration is happening from PIPO to CPI. So now all the companies are using the CPI only. So if already business is running on the PIPO, there is a migration is happening from PIPO to the CPI. So it is going to return maybe the future years, the 2027 or 2020, 2030. Okay. Then if you go to the CPI, so before CPI we are having SAP BTP. So BTP is the cloud. Generally we are having cloud and on-premise. Now we are using the SAP software in SAP on-premise. So if you are using the on-premise software, now we are going to move to cloud. If you move to cloud, then SAP is providing the BTP product. BTP is the platform. It platform contains the provide the number of services, the more than 80 plus services. It depends on the account. Okay, and if you want to customize your SAP ERP software, then you have to create the rise of objects based on your business requirement. So this is the SAP S4HANA, the modern architecture of the. There is a presentation layer and also backend layer, the application layer, which actually implements the above logic. Okay, here in SAP we are having RAP also. There is a ABAP runtime environment in the cloud. In on-premise we are having SAP ERP software has implemented on the ABAP programming language. ABAP programming language, the backend programming. So generally end user will interact with the Fury application, and then backend layer it goes to application layer. So it contains the actual business logic has been implemented through ABAP logic. It goes to the HANA database, the actual business data. Again, returns back to the response goes back to the presentation layer. So these are all the different types of layers as part of S4HANA, and we are having different types of system landscapes. We are having development, quality. It depends on the how the corporate structure is defining. Okay, product, there is a development, quality, and production. If you develop any product, generally there is a quality inspection. So once the quality is as per the expectation, then it goes to the production. So as part of the ERP, we are having transport request object will be there. Then we can move that package into different set of landscapes. So there are different types of modern UIs. Now we are using Fury AI and UI5, HTML5 based applications. So now BTP is the cloud. Now we are in SAP on-premise software we are using. So if you want to move to cloud, generally cloud is providing the three types of clouds. One is on-premise, public cloud, private cloud, and hybrid cloud. Okay, generally on-premise, what we have to do, if you want to create if you want to use the SAP software, then what we require, we need a hardware, and also you have to install the operating system, and the basis team will take care about the to install the all required softwares. And also we need a soft storage for the, and also database and backups for the, whether it is database or storage, and security to maintain the authentication authorization. So generally these things will take care about the BTP administrator. Okay, but we have to purchase all these types of different teams. We have to create the teams and we have to purchase all these required licenses, softwares and tools. So once it is developed, then we are going to use the business operations on the SAP ERP software. So this is part of on-premise, but this is more cost. If it will impact on the cost. The initial cost is more, but is more secure. If you go to the HANA cloud, if you go to the cloud, then it is a multi-tenant cloud. That means one cloud infrastructure, they are going to show it on, they are going to share it on the multiple tenants. If you go, if you take, I mean, a taxi, the Uber and all, there is a, you can book a car single, or there is a, what is that, pool also. Similarly, it is sharing the, it is providing the services to the multi-tenant. So we are taking the, we are the part of the, we are the part of the, you can use the services as part of the cloud, and we are the one of the tenant to the cloud. That means they are sharing the same infrastructure to the other customers as well, but that is isolated. So but the cloud, what they are providing, it is based on the subscription model. So if you take any Amazon Prime or any, everything will be in subscription model only. So that will be, even if you take a geo package and all, everything we have, once we subscribe, then we'll get the package, that specific quota. There is a quota limitation. So if you take, there is a trial subscription and BTP enterprise account, and also enterprise account also there are different types of accounts, pay as you go and BTP enterprise account, and also cloud platform enterprise account. So there are difference between the subscription model. But on top of the, who is providing the cloud infrastructure? Here there are hyperscalers. There are major cloud providers in the global. We are having GCP, and the first one is AWS, the major cloud provider, and then Azure, and we are having GCP also. So SAP is having own cloud infrastructure, and the SAP BTP is hosted on the SAP cloud infrastructure. But the regions are, there are less regions. So to approach the customers, they deployed on the, they hosted on the other cloud providers, the major cloud providers. So Azure, GCP and AWS, these are the major cloud providers. So once they hosted on the SAP BTP on the cloud providers, so they can able to reach to the customers. The services available on the service will reach to the customers. So there is a, it's just like a example for the on-premise. If you take any one, I mean, if you are having one company or one car, one house, just we have to take care of all these steps. But we are having a service from the cloud provider, so just we have to pay what we are using. So no need to maintain anything, security patches and all, the backups. So everything will taken care by the, even if business increases also, automatically it will scale up. Okay, if you business down, then automatically scale down. So all these infrastructure will provide by the cloud providers, and as SAP BTP is hosted on these cloud providers and it reaches to the customer, and then we are going to use those BTP services. So if you start up here using the company, then we can use a SAP BTP services. Now similarly, we are having on-premise to cloud. So how we are connecting on-premise to cloud, cloud to cloud. So there are SAP BTP, where it is providing the different set of services to connect from cloud to cloud to on-premise. So if you want to connect cloud to on-premise, there is a separate tool will be there, cloud connector. So via cloud connector, there is a secure tunnel it will be created secure tunnel via secure tunnel. It will connect from cloud to on-premise. If you look into the, so these are the SAP BTP. SAP BTP. So cloud provider using the three types of models. One is infrastructure as a model, and also platform as a model, and also software as a model. So they are providing the infrastructure as a rent. If you want to take computers, then you can take a, you can, you will be a tenant of the that particular cloud. So you can acquire the, as per as per the account. You can use the resource. It depends on your requirement or manufacturer requirement. Okay. So infrastructure is providing by the cloud providers, and also they will provide the platform as well. So on top of the infrastructure, generally infrastructure comes under what it comes under. So there is a networking, storage, servers, virtualization, and operating system. So on top of the infrastructure, if you want to, if they install the tools and services and also runtime environment and also web servers or application servers on top of the infrastructure, so that will be categorized as a platform service. So we just need to focus on the deploying the running the applications and deploying the application, develop the application and deploying the applications. But software as a service is just like a ready-made softwares. Just we'll try to use those softwares. So there are different types of cloud models, cloud service models. Okay, if you want to take a system from the infrastructure, you have to take a subscription. Okay, how to create the whichever the resources you have to create, you can able to create the infrastructure. And platform, generally it is provided by the, on top of the infrastructure they will provide the runtime environment, so that you can develop an application, you can deploy an application. So because of that, we need to focus on only the services which we deployed or the other party deployed on the services. The BTP comes under platform as a service only, because it is providing the tools and services and also runtime environment also. So there is a different types of runtime environment here. So here in BTP we are having Neo environment, the legacy environment, and also we are having Cloud Foundry runtime environment. If you want to deploy an application, and Kaima. Here, software as a service, whatever the software they have developed, the third party or any SAP, so they deployed on the cloud providers. Generally, we can, if you want to use those services based on the subscription. So these are these are all what are all the SAP BTP is providing. Generally, we are having different types of accounts in BTP. One is trial account, one is enterprise account. Okay, but SAP BTP in trial account is providing the limited services. It depends on the quota. So if you go to corporate companies, now you are having a manufacturing. If you want to move to cloud, then we have to purchase the enterprise account. But SAP is providing the, there is separate package for that one, SAP Rise. So integrated in all the cloud infrastructure along with the BTP services, along with the different tools and services. So for the business transformation from on-premise to cloud, SAP is providing the different package. So that is a business transformation as a service. That is SAP Rise. So corporate companies are using the SAP Rise packages. That bundle contains the different set of services along with the S4HANA Cloud, along with the SAP BTP, and also tools and services. But if you want to connect from cloud to on-premise, so there is a cloud connector here. If you look into the diagram here, there is a secure tunnel between the cloud to on-premise, so that it will be integrating via cloud connector. So the backend system, the backend applications, the backend software, which is running on the SAP on-premise corporate on-premise network. So if you want to connect from cloud to on-premise network, we are using the cloud connector. This should be installed on the on-premise network. So these are all the SAP BTP, but SAP BTP is providing the more than 80 plus services, but they have categorized based on the based on the based on the application development or integration of the services based on the data. So there are different types of categories. If you want to develop an application, there is a tool. SAP BTP is providing the tools and services. So we have to use those tools to develop the application. So S4HANA is standard SAP software. Now, if you want to customize the software, if you want to extend some features to the SAP, this our application, then we can develop an application by using the. There are a couple of tools it is providing. SAP Business Application Studio. It's like a VS Code only. If you know VS Code, then it is a SAP Business Application Studio only. You can develop a CAP application. That means you are going to implement the new feature. We are not touching any SAP software. Just we are trying to enhancing the. We are adding the new features by using the by developing a couple of tools and services. Okay, so we can develop a CAP application, a RAP application on top of the cloud. So for RAP application, we are having ABAP runtime environment. For CAP application, we can use Java application or Node.js application, and also Python for different languages, Go language and all. So this is our main part, integrating the systems. So we are connecting from system to system communication. But while transform, not only we are connecting to systems, and also we need to take care about the transformation and routing and mappings, and also we need to take a part of the security and monitoring, because this is a centralized integration tool. So centralized integration tool is what are all the transaction or what are all the messages happening through CPI. We can able to see we can monitor if any if any flow is, if any error occurs in the during the transmission of the message or transformation of the message, we can able to quickly identify that the fault, and we can re-trigger the message to the receiver system. So this is auto retry only. No need to trigger manual also. If you want to trigger manual, then that also option is available. So CPI is the middleware. CPI is the middleware layer, and it integrating between the two systems. If you go to database, we are having HANA database. So we can use HANA cloud. So because of the HANA cloud, we can able to see the real-time reports and dashboards, and also automation services. So there are couple of tools it is providing the SAP BTP. One of the tool is workflow management and business process automation. By using this, we can automate the workflows. If anything repeated work is there, then automatically we can create a workflow. And also robotic process automation bots, chatbots. And if you want to add artificial intelligence to the applications or AI services chatbots, we can use those services as part of the SAP BTP. See, these are all the categories by the SAP BTP for the application development, integration of the systems or services, and also data. If you want to store the data in database, and also analytics, and if you want to create the workflows and business process automation, apply the intelligence of the applications or integrations, and security. So for each and every system, it should be authenticated and authorized. So we can, this is to identify the business user or the customer. And also database storage. So database is storage to store the applications data, whatever the business user enters the data. So it is going to store on the database HANA cloud. And also user experience. This is comes under like portals. So the Fury, it is one portal will create. If you look into the Play Store, mobile Play Store, generally will create a one launchpad. So if you click on the launchpad, or if you install the Play Store from the Amazon, then we can launch the Amazon app. So here there is a separate portals to configure the launch pads. This is for UA. So BTP is providing the categorizing the different types of these services, but our part is like integrating the system to system, and these are all the how we are creating the BTP account. So as part of the BTP, how we are going to create the account and all. So there is a enterprise account, so global account. That means universal account. So once a universal account, there may be as per the region, we have to create a account. So where your business is running, it depends on you have to create a sub account. So if you are running the business in India, then you have to create a Indian sub account. Under that, there is a development sub account, QA sub account, production sub account, because we need to create the custom objects and development landscape. Then that needs to be packaged. That package needs to be moved to for quality for the checking of the objects. Once the object is as per the expectation, those objects will be moved to the production scenario. So if you take into any project, these are the set of landscapes. So if you want to use the service, you have a entitlements. So without entitlement, it says we can't use the service. So these are all the identification of the as part of the BTP. So BTP cockpit, there is a BTP cockpit. So generally BTP is the platform as a service. Platform as a service, it is providing the set of tools and services. So what are all the tools and services we are using? We can see it in the BTP cockpit. But if you want to try to use those tools and services, must be created under sub account only. All these operations we have to do under sub account. What is sub account? Wherever your business is running, that is the one of the sub account. So these are all the SAP BTP cockpit. It contains the different types of environments and also entitlements. Environments means if you develop an application, which environment you are going to deploy, whether it is Neo or Cloud Foundry, there are different types of environments, Neo or Cloud Foundry, Kaima. And these are all the BTP architecture. Below is the cloud provider who provides the infrastructure. On top of the infrastructure, providing the runtime environment. On top of the runtime environment, we are deploying an applications, whether it is integrated or integration or data. So once we deployed an application, we can able to use those services, the platform services. On top of that, there is a presentation layer, Fury apps and custom apps. So these are the business users can interact with the Fury app. Then it goes back to the platform service layer. Then it goes to the runtime environment, and the down layer is infrastructure layer. So these are related to if you want to develop an application, we are having cap and drop. Cap is the if you want to extend new feature of the S4HANA. So we are having cap applications. If you want to develop using the non-SAP application, non-SAP languages. So we are having here Node.js and Java. But in RAP, we are using the ABAP environment. Okay, but we have to install the Eclipse and we have to add the plugins, couple of tools. And if you go to the there are couple of tools and services. As part of the tools, we are having these types of tools. Okay, business application studio, that is VS Code, and business process automation to automate the workflows. If you want to create the workflows, build work zone. This it is used to create the portals. That means if you want to launch the icons, launch pads. So this is if you want to create an application using the SAP Build Apps is the one of the tool you have to use. So this is the Rise with the SAP package. So if you want to move to cloud, we are having separate bundle package that offers along with the these capabilities. SAP ERP system it will providing, and cloud infrastructure, and also business process intelligence. And there are migration tools, integration extents. This is if you customer wants to move to cloud, on-premise SAP to cloud. So all corporate companies are using the Rise with SAP package. So this comes under how to create BTP account and all. The main we are focusing on the SAP CPI. But while using the SAP CPI, no need to write any code here. Okay, just drag and drop tool. CPI is that just drag and drop tool. No need to write any code. But even 10% of the Groovy script is there that we can fetch it from the Google. So that is that for no need to worry about that the code. That is whatever all the common use cases that has been already developed. But we won't write any code here. Just drag and drop tool. CPI is the drag and drop tool. So we can, if you go look into the roles, we are having, we need to, we are calling it as a CPI developer. That means we are integrating from SAP to non-SAP, non-SAP to SAP, or SAP to SAP, cloud to on-premise, on-premise to cloud to cloud. And integration consultant, SAP integration suite consultant, and developer, SAP BTP integration consultant. So integration suite is the one of the capability under BTP, and under SAP integration suite, this is the package. SAP integration suite is the business suite package contains the different capabilities. Under that we are having cloud integration. So this is the BTP cloud integration. So we are looking into these capabilities as part of the our role. Integration CPI consultant, API management consultant, event mesh consultant. So BTP developer there comes under to develop the CAP applications. And BTP administrator who is taking care of the administration things from the BTP side comes under basis team. So these are all the different types of SAP related, and these are different roles related to the SAP BTP. So our part is SAP CPI. Generally, we have to connect the from system to system communication, and whatever the language sender system is sending the language, that language needs to be transformed according to the receiver system format. So there are there is a sender system that can be SAP or non-SAP, and middle layer CPI. This is BTP's service, one of the BTP service, and receiver system that can be any SAP or non-SAP. But the main intention is whatever the sender system is sending the message, the flow it should go to the CPI. But what we are doing in CPI, we are using the drag and drop tools. By using the drag and drop tools, we are transforming the message according to the receiver system is expectations. So that is the CPI layer. So we have to create the iFlows. For connecting the system to system, we are having adapters, and there is a different types of synchronous and asynchronous related messages communication. And these are all the CPI competitors. We are having CPI competitors: Dell Boomi, IBM Web Methods, and MuleSoft Salesforce. So this comes under SAP CPI history, and also this is the integration suite. Integration suite is the one of the service from the SAP BTP. Under SAP integration suite, we are having different capabilities. One of the capabilities cloud integration. Integration is nothing but system to system. So there is a sender system, and CPI it is a processing engine. Processing engine means there is a we are transforming the data according to the receiver system's expectation. So it is processing the data. Once process the data, that payload should go to receiver system. And the adapters, what are the adapters we are going to connect as part of the CPA? There are different types of adapters. Okay, CPA. So the main thing is to integrating the system to system communication, CPA, and we can transform the data and we can map the data from according to source system to the target system as per the target system expectation. But this is comes under SAP CPI. If you want to know more, you can more things from the. Any questions from this class? Just we are trying to understand in the SAP what is SAP BTP and SAP CPA. Okay, this is free trial account only. For trial purpose, SAP is providing the. So it is providing the trial account. We can able to create the SAP BTP account. Under that, we can create a CPA and we can connect the systems. So how we are dragging tool, how we are using the CPA drag and drop tools. Then we need to focus on the as per the client's requirement. Any questions? Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, it's audible. Everything is clear.
Okay, if there is no questions, then we will discuss remaining. We will discuss it in detail further classes. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you all.